Yes, yes, I'm live. I need to check my mic though. It's been acting up. I did a whole live stream yesterday, and I don't know why it was like it was on mute or something, but it didn't tell me it was on mute. So I put on these headsets again that I just bought. I'm gonna see if they work because the last time I did a live on these with these headsets, it was you guys could hear me chewing my gum clearly. I don't want to chew gum in your ear, so I'm not chewing gum tonight. But let me check how this sounds. Make sure my music not too loud because Kala has his panties in a bunch. He doesn't like the fact. Let me turn this down because he's flagging anything. He's just sitting up there putting in copyright flags when I ain't even playing videos. Just wishing, he really wants to red my channel because in his mind he believes I'm doing something wrong because I am doing commentary on his channel. Like for real, sir. Everybody do commentary on other people's channels. Hello? Wake up. It's YouTube. They actually have people do commentary on other people's channel. And yes, it might be because the spinoff might come from the fact that you were disrespectful to one of them. And so in return, they decided to open up a channel and respond and keep responding and continue to respond. And the other people that you continue to insult, they end up over there with that person responding to you. That's usually how it goes. Okay? That's usually how it goes. So let me go ahead and check my mic and see how things are working. Give me a second. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna need to check to see if my music isn't too loud because he is flagging the hell out of my channel. Just stupid stuff, being very childish. Okay, what happened? Okay, okay, let me put it on mute a second. Come on, play for me. Okay, wait. Okay, so this is on mute. Oh, okay, there it is. Checking my mic. Okay, I sound real loud and clear. Wait a minute. Okay, yeah, yeah, it's good, it's good. Yeah, so I had to get that together. As I was saying, back to what I was saying, Katla keeps flagging my channel left and right every minute. He's just sitting there putting in copyrights back to back, even when I'm not playing videos. YouTube is like, there is no videos played the copyright. He really wants my channel done with. Kala, sir, this channel isn't going anywhere. As a matter of fact, I plan to take it to other social media platforms. How about that? How about that, sir? Facebook and all the other social media platforms. Okay? Hello. What are you doing? Leave me alone, sir. I have every right to do commentary on anybody's channel on YouTube. Please stop harassing me. Leave me alone. I don't bother your panel anymore. Please leave mine alone. Okay? Just continue to do what you do. Go about your little bizzo and do what you do. And I'm over here doing my commentary. Let it be. So, anyways, I have to laugh at these people because they can talk a lot of shit. But when other people get in position to talk shit and other people can see their response back to him, he doesn't like it. It doesn't make him feel good when people respond back to him and he has to see it. He doesn't like it. That shows a level of childishness. You can ditch it, but you can't give it. You're childish. Okay? You can talk a lot of shit about people's looks. He's always calling Miss Chantel all kind of talking about I look ugly and all that kind of stuff. As soon as I say, that lady on the picture looks fucking retarded, who he calls the wife, it's who you talking about my wife? You're talking about me. I'm somebody's family member. You're talking about. Don't be fucking stupid. Oh, that leads me into this right here. I heard a panel saying that they don't talk about people family, right? They were subliminal with it. They didn't mention my name, but I know they were talking about me and what I had to respond back to Kyla calling me ugly. I called his wife retarded looking, right? I said, a girl looked like she 3 minutes away from having Down syndrome. What are you talking about, sir? She looks fucking animalistic. Okay, while he's calling me ugly, right? And his wife picture he's flashing all over the screen, trying to compare her to me. And to be completely honest with you, I don't think Kyla likes the lady. I think it was a marriage that came about just to get citizenship because a lot of people trying to get citizenship in Africa so they can own businesses and stuff. Jonathan as well, he married an African woman as well so he can have citizenship and own businesses. That's why they marrying those African women. We know that's not about anything but that. I'm gonna tell you why. Because over here, they don't get married, right? They tell you got to have this, this, and this, and this. What you bring it to the table, all that old kind of stuff. But you're gonna go away to another country and marry a poor woman in a desperate situation who doing whatever she got to do to get money. You gonna marry her? Now that should tell you that don't make sense, right, people? They are marrying those women for citizenship. That's all it is. It's a citizenship thing, okay? None of them are married on Carlos panel, not Dollar Bill. He's like 60 plus. He's so desperate for a woman. Not Kala. Kala don't have no wife. Kala he does not have any respect for this lady. He keeps flashing her pictures all over online. Enough for somebody to take her pictures and drag it all through the YouTube streets and other social media platforms saying, look, this man says she's better looking than black American women when she's not. One second. When she's not. So he's putting her out there like that. And he's putting her out there like that because he really doesn't like her. He has no like for that lady. Let me turn on my comments because the last time we was last time I went live, I couldn't see y'all comments at all because my button I had left the button sitting on private chat. So I could not see anybody's comments. Okay, y'all? I was not ignoring you. I couldn't see the comments. My fault, okay? But I have it on the comments screen. So if anybody want to come up, the link is in the chat. It's in it's in the top of the chat, and you can hit the link. And I'm gonna try to pay close attention to the screen. But anyways, back to what I was saying. So he doesn't like that lady or anything. He's just using her with his diaspora war stuff. Oh, if I do this, wave her picture in front of Chantel and keep calling Chantel ugly, Chantel gonna bang on her because she's not better looking, clearly. So Chantel is gonna bang on her, the African, and the other Africans in the chat is gonna get mad, and everybody gonna continue to be in disarray with the African diaspora war shit, which that's his game. That's what he sits over there on his channel and do all the time, every single fucking day. Kala just beef up the African diaspora war shit. It's unproductive, to be honest with you. That's why I say I got tired of that after a minute. I said, oh no, I can't. I cannot be arguing with Africans. Like, what the fuck is that? Why am I arguing with an African? Why am I even engaging with them and talking about American shit? They don't want to talk about Africa. The first thing Africans say when you talk about Africa is we're in America. They don't want to talk about Africa. Okay? They'll say real quick, we in America though. You never been to Africa though. We don't need to go to Africa to know that you motherfuckers are trying to get the fuck up out of there. You're doing all kind of dangerous shit. I mean, they have women getting on a raft with no life vests with 3 babies in her hands under 5 years of age. That alone tells me the desperation to get out of that place. The women are treated horrible. They have no laws to protect them. And the men, they do human sacrifice, child sacrifice, all kinds of shit. Yes, cannibalism happens today in Africa. They still are selling children. That makes me go back to Jonathan. He's a flip-flopper too. He talks on multi-media panel how awful Africa is. But he goes over there. He's purchased a house supposedly in Africa. But it's an awful place, right? Why would you purchase a house in an awful place? Right? I'm not understanding that. Then you gotta fly out left and right. You be flying out left and right. Here, here, here. I gotta go. They can't be in Africa more than 5 days. Okay, so they're full of shit. It's about money, it's about whatever the hell they're trying to get their hands in over there. It's business. But it's no love for Africa. They don't have no love for Africa. Jonathan, how he spoke on multimedia panel, he has no love for Africa. He's doing business. That's all. Kala has sat on his own panel and dragged the fuck out of Africans. He's gotten loose with it. I think that day he was drinking. Now, I don't drink or smoke, right? Not to say I'm better than anybody. I don't drink or smoke. And let me tell you something. I hate to be on a panel when people drunk or high because I'm sober. And I've been on panels where people get drunk or high, women and females, and I be sober and the shit get really, really ghetto. You know, it gets really low ghetto, like ballroom fight ghetto shit. And I ain't into that. So I have to listen carefully to make sure I'm not talking to somebody that's inebriated, somebody that's high, somebody that's drunk. And some people you can't tell. Like it took me a long time to tell this one chick. I used to go into a sector called the black sector, and honey, it gets for real. Okay, they show up at your fucking door. It was with guns and shit. Okay, take flights to come whip your ass and shit, that type of shit. They had a chick over there that worked in a government, worked for the government in some type of government facility where she can look your shit up like in a snap of a finger and read everything about you off. Okay, that shit was crazy. So listen, what was I saying? I was talking about Jonathan and how he has no love for Africa. It's just business. And then I went into Kala. Kala was drunk. That's what I was saying. He was drunk. Damn, this commercial came fast. He was drunk one day on a panel. And sometimes I can't tell if a person is drunk because they can handle the alcohol real good. If you get familiar with their character, then you can kind of pick it up that, wait a minute, this person is a little altered. You know, they're not the normal, whatever. So he might have was drunk because sometimes he come on his panel drunk. All right. And when he drunk, he just fucking any and everything come out his mouth. He don't know what he's saying. I mean, he just say stuff. And like one time the FBA guy got on this panel and Carla was like, yeah, he called him a clown or something. And then he let the guy on the panel and was like, so why you call me a clown? And the guy like, you called me a clown. Carla's like, no, you called me a clown. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. So when he get loose mouth, it means he's drunk. He's been drinking. And so he's, I catch when he drunk, he says, "Ooh, child, that's the time to listen." He let the truth come out. That's the time he slipped up and said, "Dollar Bill, his doctor changed his medication, made it stronger. He be sleepy all the time. He can't come on the panels." And y'all know Dollar Bill stayed on the panel, but he don't come on the panels no more because his medication is stronger. It keeps him sleepy. Okay, so what was I saying? Do I say that to say, um, one day Carla was on the panel and he was like, "I would never fucking go to Africa. That dump, that whatever." I mean, he went in on Africa. He just he was dragging the fuck out of Africa, right? But now remember, any other time when he not drunk, he'll be like, "Oh, the children there are so decent and lovely," and we know that's not the truth. "The children there are so decent and lovely," and blah blah blah. It's so great of a place, and Elvis sitting right there knowing that he's lying like a motherfucker. He's lying. Him and Elvis are liars. That's why they can vibe together. They both liars. And while I'm on that, while I mention him, I know you're gonna hear this tape, little boy. You a creepy motherfucker, Elvis. He is a true antagonizer, aka also known as the enemy of ADOS FBA. He'll be quick to say, "I don't say anything bad about ADOS FBA, but let me tell you something. I've heard him long enough to know that he cannot stand, like Kala, ADOS FBA. Elvis have been on other panels saying things like, "ADOS FBA wants us, well, we want Africans to worship them. No, we want Africans to worship us." The same as South Africans. South Africans want other Africans to worship them, and ADOS FBA want Africans to worship us. Really? Now, why the fuck would we want you to worship us? You know how stupid that sounds? Why would we want you to worship us and we in a position where we still fucking fighting with people for our rights and shit over so many hundreds of years? We still fighting with the same fucking people for rights right now today. So how we gonna look at you and say worship us? You're a fucking dummy to the fullest. To the highest degree dumb. You cannot open your mind to think a little bigger. Little boy who thinks he's smarter than ADOS FBA, by the way. Oh, I have a reason for to say that. Listen, that's the stupidest thing to say, though. Because when you look at South Africa and ADOS FBA people in America, the history of both our dealings with Caucasians, we've been fighting them for hundreds of years for rights. Okay? And here you have foreigners coming to the mix of South Africa and America. When you step into the mix of such a place where these type of historical events have happened, lynchings and all type of horrible, terrible, terroristic shit on people, innocent people who outnumbered, no weapons, just fucking treating the people horrible for no reason based on race only, okay? And not only us, but the indigenous as well. They damn near killed off all their people and put the rest on the outskirts. First, they tried to make them assimilate by force. They refused. They believed that the best indigenous person, native, they would say was a dead one, because they could not force them to assimilate into whiteness. But eventually, some of the northern native tribes did agree to assimilate. And that's the ones in the North America, and a lot of them are really whitewashed. You could hardly tell that they're natives. And the Southern Native First Nations, a lot of them fought against it. They called the Northern First Nations sellouts and, all kinds of awful names because they bowed down. While the Southern Native tribes, First Nation tribes, they fought back and they fought against it. And you wouldn't believe they still got tribal people out there, Native tribe people dressing up in tribal traditions and stuff. Oh yeah, on their tribes and stuff, tribal land. So it wasn't just us, ADOS, ADOS FBA people with the struggle in this country. It was indigenous people as well. And when you step into such chaos, a land with such terrible history between these two groups of people, you are going to be forced to choose a side. Same thing in South Africa. The history of the country, you're going to be forced to choose a side. So when you step on the territory among these two groups of people with the terrible history they have, what are you going to do? What side are you have to choose a side. There is no I'm not in it. No, you're in it because you're there. And let me explain to you what I mean. So you may say, well, I need a job to feed my family. That's the purpose of coming here, to get some work and get money for my family. I don't want to be a part of all that other bullshit. But the South Africans, they saying, we're not going to take this. You're going to give us more money for these jobs. And you're going to do this and you're going to do that. But the Africans that's not from there, they say, we'll take it. So you have just made a decision to work against the Black South Africans. You have made an enemy. Or you can say, well, I'm on y'all side. Y'all my brothers. South Africans, I'm on y'all side. And you won't be able to feed your family, which that was the whole purpose of you going to the country, right? So you see, same thing in America. We over here still fighting with these people for all kinds of stuff. And here you show up on the scene and they're going to say, oh, you don't want to take these jobs and work these for these pennies or whatever. Okay, come on, Africans and Black immigrants. Come on, y'all get them. And they pay you very low wages to do it. But we're demanding that they pay us more. We're not settling for less. But you guys take the jobs. What have you done? You have just made an enemy. All right? And so people like Elvis is too slow and dumb to even understand. 1 second. He's too dumb to even understand or comprehend what he just stepped into. If it was me, even though my mind is on making money for my people, I must examine where I'm at. I must be smart enough to understand the environment that I just touched down in. It's dangerous because you can end up getting killed like that. And plenty have gotten killed like that. Okay, when you touch on territory, you end up going somewhere you really don't know the culture of the people, the mindset of the people. It's the same thing if I was to go to Africa, somewhere in Africa. I really don't know the culture of the people, but I'm just trusting, and I see your skin is the same color as mine, so I think that, oh, you think I'm African too? Okay. But really, you don't think I'm African because I don't know your culture and shit. I don't know your culture. I'm just being dumb. And so those people go over there, men and women. Let me turn my music down for this big childish buffoonery. Clown, collar, not dox me, but flag me. But listen, we got to be smarter than that. We have our people going over there listening to these Pan-Africanist people who just trying to get a check. And they listening to these people flying over there and these other people's culture and territory and ending up getting killed. They end up getting killed, and women don't know it's a culture of It's a patriarchal culture and it's very dangerous. You can't talk back to the men because they feel highly disrespectful if you even. There was one of those countries in Central America I was reading about some time ago, and the women there, I wanted to see why they were trying to escape their country. The women there, if they talk back to the men, they actually hang them from the bridge. Really. I was like, whoa. Now I see why they're doing whatever they gotta do. They got a train called Deadly Train, and those women can be 9 months pregnant. They jump on that moving train to get the fuck out of there and get to the Mexican border where where it is next door to America. And they do what they gotta do to get to America. I gotta say I probably would do the same thing. So some of our people, they don't be knowing the culture of these people, the mindset of these people, and they go over there blindly believing that they're the same as these people. That's why that colonization shit he be talking over there, he's just real stupid because you, sir, do not know the mindset of these people. You, Johnny just said the same thing. I think he said he live in a gated community. Of course he do, because he knows better. He knows that he's not like them. He doesn't have their mindset. Thinks completely different. Let me turn this down some more. Kala once said, I think it was Kala, he said he wouldn't stay there without being in a gated community. So he understands the mindset, but he'll have other people go there and, blindly just, oh, them Pan African people is just, oh, I consider that a wicked thing. So deceitful and wicked. That's sad. It's really sad. But let me go back into this right here with the Elvis guy. I heard him say they had a lady for a black. She gets on my panel and she wanted to defend Elvis and tell me that she really didn't mean that, think that he was literally threatening to eat me. And I think different, of course. I think you make no threats at all. All threats are to be taken serious. All right. So when he thinks that it isn't reported, but when it come up, it come up. You know what I'm saying? But all threats are to be taken serious. Period. Period. Just period. People get killed when they make threats against other people. Some people feel like, oh, you just threatened me. I'm gonna make sure you don't. Hold on a second. I'm gonna make sure you don't touch me first, and they go after the person. You can't make threats against people. That's why it's illegal in America. Even threatening to literally eat somebody raw is a threat against somebody's life. Okay, and he's a big dumbo for doing such a thing online. It's on recording and reported. So, anyways, I heard him say, oh, I was talking about the lady. She came on my panel and she wanted to defend him and told me I should forgive him. And I'm like, oh my gosh, okay. I'm thinking to myself, what kind of shit is this? How you going to tell somebody who was threatened by this person, I should forgive this person because you think this person is innocent. This person didn't mean it. You don't know how I feel, though. I'm the person they said it to. You don't know how I feel. Let him say it to you or somebody else make a threat to you. And then allow me a second to come up to your face and say you should forgive them. I don't think they really meant it, girl. Just forgive them. Okay? I don't think they're a bad person at all. She's probably likely going to cuss me out and so forth, right? Okay? But listen. I was thinking to myself, well, do you forgive Hustle Smart? What's his name? I think that's his channel, Hustle Smart, for calling y'all kind of bed wenches and hood rats and, just all kind of awful names. Do you forgive him? Do you forgive Dollar Bill for calling you a bad wench and all that, just being disrespectful for no reason? Do you forgive Kala for allowing it and taking part in it as well, name calling? I'm quite sure you don't. If you do, I want to see you go over there and say, hey, fellas, how you doing today? Like it never happened. Because you forgive them. Okay. But people can turn around and tell you to do something they wouldn't do. And that's the kind of stuff I don't like. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not going to tell anybody how to feel and how to address a situation. Because if you cut this person in any kind of way, you made a threat to the person, that person might come behind you and serve you. I don't have shit to say because you shouldn't have made the threat. Or if you stole from the person or did whatever, that person may come behind you. How am I gonna get up in that person's face and be like, nah, you need to, forgive that. That's not how that go. That's just not how that go. That's not reality. That's not right. All right. So she wanted to get up on my panel and defend Elvis, and I wasn't feeling that. I was like, wow, 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 wow. Anyways, soon as I clicked off my live stream to go hear what Carla was saying, I heard Elvis on the channel. And he was lying on me once again. While she just finished defending him, telling me I should forgive him. I turned on the channel and heard him lying again. The dude stayed lying. He's a liar. He's an antagonizer. And he's a snake. So he's sitting up there lying, talking about he defended me. First of all, he defended me when I was on, what's his name? Dinus. I was on Dinus' panel and they ganged up on me and he defended me. No such thing ever happened. I've heard him lie so many times, it's a fucking shame. No such thing ever happened. I'm like, wow. Ooh, he irritates me with the lying. I ended up on Dinah's channel one time, and I wasn't on a panel, but I was listening in. I came in right at the time a guy named Torin or something was telling Elvis, calling him out as a liar. Elvis, Dinus goes, yeah, he right. You a liar. You lie all the time. And I clicked it off after that. Right. And then as time went by, I began to peep Elvis myself, his behavior. And at first I thought he was, okay. I thought he was ass kissing a little bit much though. Like, why are you kissing people ass so hard, especially the women? Oh no, I got the women's back. The women, the women. Hold on, is this a commercial? I got the women's back. The women, the women. He want to protect all the women, right? Even Miss Chantel when I was up there, and I'm like thinking to myself, what the fuck is he doing? Like, nigga, I don't need your protection. I don't fucking know you. I'm not trying to get friendly with you or none of you niggas. I'm sorry, nigga as in like, But I'm like, you can stop all that because, whatever you up to, I ain't interested. And I don't need your protection or some shit you offering. Like back the fuck up off me, sir. I got men around me. If I want to put a man on this line to talk some shit and come with the lion voice, the lion roar, be like, nigga, what you said? Come, nigga, come try and see. I can put one of my peoples on the phone or on this line. I don't need him to, like, what the. Then when I kind of backed him off and said, listen, I told him in the nicest way. I've been on many panels on YouTube, and I know that we talked of some of these people be drunk, high, some of them sitting in a fucking crazy house. You know what I'm saying? You kind of bump into all kind of demented people on here. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't take them personal, but I don't need your protection. Thank you. No, thank you. I think he was offended ever since. Now, it might have been a time when he asked me, we were talking about dating, and he asked me, do I date short men? Would I date short men? And I said, well, I'm 5'6". I've never dated a short man before. And he was saying he was shorter. And I said, well, how much shorter? He didn't want to give me the exact height. So, but he was like, I'm way shorter. And so he don't. I say, well, I'm not gonna ask you how short you are, but no, I've never dated a short man, and to be honest with you, I can't I wouldn't play with a man that I'm not gonna get serious with, and we can be friends, but I wouldn't date you because I wouldn't be interested in having a man that's really, really short. And he was like, "Oh, I know that's the problem, but thank God I got a wife." I don't think you have a wife, sir. I don't think any of them have a wife. We talking about men that sit on a panel all through the wee hours of the morning, every single day. You are my joy, my joy, my joy. You are my everything, and everything is you. Listen, so anyways, back to what I was saying. I think he was offended then. And so let me get back to what I was talking about him lying on me when I clicked into the channel. I heard him lying, and he went on to say he defended me when I was on Dinah's panel and they ganged up on me. I'm like, that shit never happened. Why are you lying so much? My goodness, jeez, I just do not like somebody who lied for no reason. I mean, sometimes if you gotta lie, you gotta lie sometimes, right? You might have went did something and your wife told you don't do it, you gonna lie to her. You know what I mean? You might have that's when you gotta lie to keep shit together. But if you don't gotta lie, I just don't like people who just lie for nothing. You don't gotta lie on YouTube. I mean, what? Anyways, he went on to say that he dated a woman in New Orleans from the night ward, where he dated a woman from New Orleans, the night ward, where I'm from. Elvis is on video with his camera on Kyla's channel. I think that video was called "Who Should Benefit from Reparations" at the 1 o'clock mark. Hold on, I got a call. Yeah, he was on that video with his camera open, and I'm like, I've seen this dude before, and I'm gonna just be straight up honest. New Orleans got some beautiful black women, very beautiful black women there. And let me tell you something, the night ward is very small. All of us know each other. There's a night ward and a lower night ward. My dad's side is from the lower night ward. My mom's side is from the night ward. The two projects, Florida and Desire, we all know each other. I've never seen a guy in my life in a night ward or anywhere in New Orleans that looked like Elvis. Elvis straight up looked African, period. He has no kind of features I've ever seen in my life of a New Orleans man. The whole New Orleans. But again, my area where I'm from, the night ward, is very small. Everybody know each other. I'm very well known there because I went to all the different schools. I went to different schools there. I would go from this school to this school. Everybody like, why you keep going to different schools? I'm very well known because of that. I liked it to go to different schools. So I can definitely say New Orleans people is very, very prideful when it comes to their culture. They love their culture. It's a very unique culture from the rest of America. We have a very unique culture from the rest of America. That's why when people go there, they love it. They love the food. They love the different Indian parades. We have all kind of stuff going on there. The second lines, y'all can go look it up. Second line at Indian parades. We do the king cake celebration. It's a unique culture. Okay, and let me tell you something. Again, it's a small place. And I'm going to tell you, it's going to come from me. Miss Chantel, New Orleans born, night ward raised. Elvis, you have never, ever in your motherfucking life dated a New Orleans woman from the night ward. I've seen you, sir. And trust me, you would have never been able to pin a woman from New Orleans night ward. That's a lie, sweetie, unless she was coming for your money. Okay? But taking you serious as a partner, never. Because we love our men. We fucking love our men in New Orleans. Nobody got a vibe like them. We love our men. I told you the people there, they love their culture. And let me tell you what I do know. One time I told my dad, oh, I got an African friend. My dad damn near, ooh, my dad sicked the whole family on me on my dad's side. It was all like, them people don't like us. He didn't say he didn't like them. He said they do not like us. And I've heard that from plenty other people in New Orleans Night Ward. They would not fuck with Africans. I'm sorry to tell you. It's not a mixed thing like that. It's clear. The lines are clearly drawn. These people don't fuck with us. So we over here and let them people be over there. And if you go over there and fuck with them people, don't come over here with us. So he's a liar. Indeed. She would never bring you home to New Orleans. Ever. Not New Orleans Night Ward. And that ain't no diss to Africans. That's just what it is. That's the truth. That is the truth. If you go to Africa, when I was growing up in New Orleans, we didn't have any black immigrants around us besides Cubans who assimilated with us, by the way. We couldn't even tell the damn difference with them. They assimilated right with us. It wasn't no, we don't like you, we don't fuck with you, we're a different culture people. They just came in and assimilated with us. Africans are different. Africans hold tight to their cult, they tribal minded people. And so they hold tight to their tribal lineage because that's how they were raised. Nobody's saying you have to come over here and assimilate. You sure don't have to do that. But the Cubans did assimilate, and that's how come they was easily mixed up in our culture. And they got a lot of Cuban Black Americans in New Orleans that has Cuban lineage as well. Okay, so it's not about hatred. It's about what it is. It is what it is. He's lying. He's never dated a New Orleans woman from the night ward. Never. I know their mindset. I know how they think. It's a very small place. And they're loyal to their men, baby. You would never, ever, 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 ever get chosen by a New Orleans night ward woman over a New Orleans night ward man. She would never choose you, sweetheart. It'll always be him. And it could be a broke him. She would always choose him. Okay? And that's just the truth. I'm just being honest. I heard the boy lie. I'm like, he dated a woman from New Orleans Night Ward. He protected Miss Chantel. Oh my gosh. But I looked it up because I like to look shit up. I'm like, click, click, click on my computer. Why are short men so overly, I don't know, insecure? And it came up that's a complex called Napoleon complex that sharp men have. Elvis display all the traits of Napoleon complex because it's a sharp man that have this fantasy of protecting women in particular, because women are seen as soft targets. And they have this fantasy that they are the protectors of women. And they confrontational and they, look this up. He has all of those character traits that was listed. 5 things about a person you can see that has Napoleon complex. If you look it up, I guarantee out of 7 or 8 of them, he's 5 of them. Okay? But, it is what it is. It's YouTube. And like I said, on these platforms, it's a lot of different people that, you be engaging with that actually have some things going on that if you met them in real life, you wouldn't really engage with them. Understand what I'm saying? Like Big Black. I don't know what's up with him. he be breathing all hard in the phone and falling asleep, and I don't know, like, no, I don't think he bedridden. There's something up with him though, with that breathing all hard. I don't know if he's on a breathing machine or something. Like he be, and they have another guy in bed too. He nods on the panel. He comes on the panel here, and then he nods and wake up and be like, "What y'all talking about again? What happened?" I'm like, "Your ass been on the panel 3 hours straight. What are you talking about? What's going on here?" I couldn't do it. If you're not here to participate, don't fucking take up the space, okay? Go down and listen. Then you have. Woo. anyways, let me move along. Because you know, this the Collar Nation 2 channel where I do commentary about Collar Nation, aka Collar Genesis. Okay, so I'm just doing my little commentary real quick, sharing with y'all what I observe about this man's channel. And I am most definitely a proud 80. Some people say 80os. I'll be hearing Dinah say 80os. I am a proud ADOS FBA woman. Okay. That doesn't mean I hate anybody else. I don't hate any other black immigrant or whatever. I have my perspective of how I see people and how I see things. I do not agree, and I say what it is. That's it. Okay. Do I think we can get along? Sure, but separated. You know what I mean? Like, okay, you stay over there because you're really tribal, and we're gonna be over here because we not on that shit that you on. You know what I'm saying? You want to stay where you at. You don't want to understand the game that we trying to tell you going on in this country because there's some shit happening here that you obviously don't know what's going on, but you want to just do your thing and come here and choose a side and go against us. So okay, go ahead, stay over there. You know, but for the most part, the Caribbeans, a lot of them, they just assimilated with us and went with the flow. So hold on. So that's my commentary. It is what it is. It doesn't come from a place of hate. It comes from just my perspective. Everybody has different perspectives. I'm quite sure other those FBA people have a different perspective than I. Okay, this is my channel. I'm giving my perspective. So moving along, I wanted to address a YouTube guy. He's on this channel. I don't know if you guys heard my commentary on him yesterday because when I went to the video, it was not working. It was muted. And so I was addressing him because he's a weirdo as well. And this guy is 80's FBA. So when I hit his link to chop it up with them, you know, being that they ADOS FBA, as I told you, all of us don't agree with each other. And so this guy, he has some type of control issues where he wants to, shit is funny. He wants to actually tell you how to think and feel. He doesn't want you to share your perspective of things, but he wants you to agree with his narrative and agree to everything he says. Just, it's the weirdest thing ever. I don't even understand it. So I was on this panel one time, and well, I got off the panel and he came on after me, and he wanted me to understand that he doesn't think that I'm listening to him, which he's right. Right? I hear you, but I don't agree with you. I think you're a little crazy. So he tells Miss Chantel, I don't think you're hearing me because I've told you this before. And I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, bitch, I won't be coming back to this shit. You can't control me. What kind of shit is that? To talk to me like you're my dad. I have a dad, honey, and I have another two set of stepdads. Like, are you fucking crazy? You'll never get that kind of respect from me. I have a dad and a mama. You hear me? And outside of them, the Most High, my creator, and my parents, anybody else better fuck all the way off. I have no fucking care about what you think or say or do with yourself. So he got me highly mistaken. You can do that to those other women who come on your panel and you shush them and tell them how to think and how to feel. I don't like that. That's some crazy shit. And it's highly, highly disrespectful. I consider him to be worse than Kala. Kala, at least he let you get yours out, right? He don't try to tell you how to. Well, he did try to, but he realized that he couldn't because I just heard Kala say yesterday that women are fucking the country up and shit, and they should not be telling. They should not be in positions of leadership controlling men. And I'm like, really, really, sir? What should women be doing then, sir? At home in the kitchen. See, this is what all this is so confusing. Because if you want a traditional American woman who cook and clean, be at home and greet you with a kiss and a hug, have your meal done and ready from scratch, and your favorite reclining chair all fluffed up and your house slippers ready, when you walk in from work and she massage you and kiss you and greet you with joy. If you want that, sir, you have to behave like a traditional man. You want a traditional woman, but you don't want to behave like a traditional man, a traditional American man. Well, back in those days, in the 50s and 40s and 60s and shit, men worked. They held down a household, while majority of the women stayed at home and took care of the kids. Men worked. They went out and earned the bread. They were the earners of the family. So he had more control over his wife like that because he was her provider. Okay? He was her provider. He was the provider of the whole household. Kala complaints. First, he talks about his African wife, which $10 he sent or whatever, and he think he doing a whole lot. He sent $10 or whatever, which he don't have an African wife. You guys should know that by now. He been talking about trying to get her over here 8 years now. He talk about he been knowing her since 2012, and he married her in 2014 or something, and he been trying to get her over here ever since. No, sir, it's not that motherfucking complicated to get somebody over here that you married and all that. Come on now. Ain't no wife thing going on. You just marry her to get some citizenship, and she knows you, and so she still reach out to you in case you go to Liberia and all that. You have connection there, and she calls you when she have need and stuff. That's all it is. I'm gonna talk about what Brandon was saying tonight too in a second, but I think he was low. He was subliminally talking to Kala, right? Let me just go into it right now. Listen, I clicked on Brandon's channel, so he was saying, "I'm so tired of some black men that hate themselves." And it's disgusting, and it truly is. I truly agree with Brandon. It is disgusting. I really don't like what Kala does and some of the other Pan Africanists because it really does put a stain on Black American men. The misrepresentation and stuff. What's up, my music? Hold on. I think I want to listen to some Sade. I'm in a relaxed mood. Deep fried Cornish hens. My goodness. Okay. Hold on, y'all. Let me turn my other 90s R&B. Nope. Oh, okay. We're gonna go with some soul music. Now listen, they listening for the music so they can flag my channel because them boys is working overtime. He probably doing his channel and Dollar Bill was like, Carla, I got you. I've been sleeping already 8 hours, so when you go live, I'll be able to stay up 3 hours. And I'll deal with her while you do the show. And if I hear any reason to flag her, I'm a flagger. You know? That's Dollar Bill. Hold on. Why this mess ain't change? Okay, there we go. So Elvis as well. He's listening for when I play him threatening to literally eat me and sexually speaking to me sexually deviantly in a deviant way. And that boy have issues. That boy have done that to me. He's done that to Hustle Smart when Hustle Smart banged his head. He ripped him apart. What? Wait a minute. Which one? Hustle Smart? He really ripped him apart on it. It was called The Buffoonery Remains at an All-Time High. Hustle Smart went in on Elvis and dragged him the whole motherfucking show. And he was right about everything he said. He was telling the truth. And even Elvis admitted to it. So y'all check that out, that particular video. And y'all will see what I'm saying about him too. So anyways, I was saying that he's afraid that I'm gonna play the video and he's listening intensely to see if I'm gonna play that video of him. But baby, there's so many social media platforms out here, not just YouTube. It's so many that don't have restrictions. Facebook and all of that. Come on now, you dumb bitch, showing your face on camera, talking like that. If you know you're gonna get up there and be so nasty, I don't know how you can show your face on camera. He not only spoke in that manner to me, a woman, he spoke to another man. Hustle Smart talking about he was fucked in the ass and the dick went up his ass. I was like, oh, okay. That's the kind of shit in America get you stretched out on the ground and you don't get back up. He fucking around with some dangerous shit because he don't know the culture here clearly. In America, boy, that shit'll get you stretched out. Real, you better let collar, not let collar get you fucked up. Okay? Listen, he not only did it to me, Hustle Smart, but he did it to Aphrodamus as well. He has a fucking problem. I told you that thing is cuckoo. He's beyond an antagonizer. He's creature-like. Creepy creature. So anyways, he says it to Aphrodamus because Aphrodamus got on the panel and went in on what's up with my music. Okay, there we go. He went in on 1 second. He went in on Elvis and was informing the cosplaying ADOS FBA, well, cosplaying Black Americans, Carla, Dollar Bill, and the rest of them that Elvis is really not a friend to the panel, which everybody know that Aphrodamus. I mean, well, I take that back. Those boys probably don't comprehend very well. Hustle Smart is not a part of the panel. He drops in sometimes. He did a clear read on Elvis, very good read. So he's most certainly, and he warned Carla. He said, whatever you get from this, befriending such a person, you deserve it. Okay. So because the guy is showing you who he is and so forth, and you continue to, let that thing play with you. So anyways, Aphrodamus gets up there and make his remarks about Elvis, and Elvis began with some terrible language against that man and talking about, butt effing. Just sad. And that's when I pointed out to Frenchie in the chat who wanted to defend him. Do you not see the pattern here? There's a pattern. Everybody that got issues, well, not issues, everybody, period, have a pattern to their behavior. That's how they able to what they call that, forensic profiling and stuff like that, because people have patterns to their behavior. That's how come you can imitate somebody's behavior, because we have patterns to our behavior. Animals have patterns to their behavior. We all have patterns, all creation. And so, you know what, in our existence we have patterns as well that we display. And once again, that's why people can study people and they pick up a pattern about this person. And Elvis have a pattern to talk in such a volatile manner that it disgusts me. Like any real man would not break bread with such a person. Any real, once I hear you talk like that, I can't get down with you. Like once I hear you say some things that's just, I raised my son, don't break bread with men that hate their own kind of women. They're sicko minded people. And they'll take you down. They're not happy. They're not, listen, well off men don't do stuff like that. Okay? The ones that's thriving and striving and thriving and succeeding, they don't talk bad about women. They don't sit around and act like bitches. Period. Period. Okay? So into what I forgot why I had was saying that, but into back to what Brandon was saying, and I'm gonna wrap it up on them because I don't really want to talk about useless, bitchified males who basically all of them on the panel have titties. Kyla have titties. Dollar Bill certainly have titties. He's in his late 60s. And he hints to the fact that he's heavy. He be checking Kyla every time Kyla calls somebody fat. He be like, "Man, you calling somebody fat? What you talking about? You were fat too." And Kyla don't act like he get that Dollar Bill is saying he's fat. And you need to stop criticizing fat people because you lost a few pounds, but actually he's gaining it back quickly. Every time he turns on his camera, he's extra heavy. Yeah. So Jonathan have titties and Elvis as well. Somebody else spied it. They got on the panel and they went at it with Elvis and they called him out on it. They said, "Look, you titty motherfucker." All those guys have titties and they don't have kids. They don't have wives because if you have a wife and children, you would not be sitting online on this panel all through the wee hours of the night every single day. And Kyla up there talking about he got more money than this person and that person. Kyla slipped up on a drunk night and said he did this a couple of times. One time he said he was working for Jimmy John's 2 years ago, part time. I say, oh, I just hate when people get on panels drunk. They start telling all their business. Shush! Don't get on the panels drunk and high. And then one time he came on again after that, babbling his mouth, and he slipped up and said, I was driving Uber last year. I said, oh my goodness. It's all on video now. Listen, I can't say anything outside of it being on a video because I don't talk to this man personally, but it's all on video. Everything he says is on video. If you want to go back and listen to his videos, you'll hear it. He said it out of his mouth. He also had a conversation with me about his Barbados family, and they had to go back to Barbados because somebody died in the family, and he went to talking about the island they from, my brother and my niece or whatever. I said, well, Carla, how you ADOS? I mean, how you Black American, and you got Barbados lineage. So I caught him off guard when I asked him that. He didn't realize he was saying, he was, you know, admitting that he had Caribbean lineage. Does it matter? Not really at all. But it matters when you're lying, saying that you're Black American and your family is descendants of chattel slavery in America. Then it matters. You're lying. You're perpetrating a fraud by pretending to be somebody you're not. It matters then. Does it matter what Kamala is? No, I don't think so at all. But if she get the pretending that she is a descendant of an American person that come from chattel slavery back then, it matters then because she's lying. But if she just say she's Black, it's not a big deal. But if somebody say, well, what Black are you? She has to be honest. I'm Jamaican and I'm Indian or whatever. And in that case, you don't identify with Black Americans. That gets tricky. But anyways, he admitted to having Caribbean. Well, he didn't admit to it, but he threw me off by saying, well, you might be Haitian because they have a lot of Haitians in New Orleans. And I'm like, nah, my family, we can trace our lineage back pretty far. I'm not Haitian. If I was, I would gladly, proudly be Haitian. So my whole point is saying that is he cosplayed as a Black American. Okay, he cosplay. A lot of New Yorkers, I spoke on this yesterday, a lot of New Yorkers that was ADOS FBA, they ended up blending with Black immigrants, mainly a lot of Caribbeans and Haitians that flooded New York eventually. I think they started flooding it in the 60s and 70s. They flooded right at the beginning of the 70s. There was a flood of them, just like boom, came in. And they assimilated with the Black people who were already there, the ADOS FBA people. They assimilated with them. And like Colin and what's his name, Dollar Bill always say, it was always flat Black. Nobody went around talking about I'm Haitian, I'm Jamaican. They just was like, we Black. That was it. And that's sure enough the truth. And so point is saying that I know a lot of people from the Caribbeans that have a child with the ADOS FBA person that grew up in New York, because a lot of them integrated with each other. They had children with each other. A lot of people who say they're from New York, 9 times out of 10, they have Caribbean lineage for sure. Like Kala, but he denies it. I don't understand why he denies his Caribbean lineage though. That is kind of crazy to me. Like, why are you denying your Caribbean roots? And he does that for a reason. He denies his Caribbean roots because he want to perpetrate as an African American person and misrepresent us. That's his whole purpose of doing it. He wants to perpetrate as us. Oh no, I don't got no Caribbean. I don't have no kind of immigrant roots. I'm just a Black American. Flat Black, sir. Cut the shits. You saying flat Black. He'll tell you though, he's not ADOS FBA because he's not. He would definitely say I'm not ADOS FBA, and he's correct. He's not, but he'll say he's a Black American. Okay. And they have people claiming Black American that's first generation, some of them second generation, some of them bi-ethnic. He did not, that's his way of it. I heard him say one time he identified as Black American. I would never say such a thing, being a Black American woman, because that's our title actually. Anybody else would say Barbadian America or something, or Jamaican American, Nigerian American. You see what I'm saying? But we consider ourselves Black in America. We just because they got all kind of Americans, and we say we're Black American because they do have what we call European Americans. We say we Black American. We're no longer African people. I spoke on this yesterday. Our lineage is an admixture. We've been removed from Africa hundreds of years. We have some African mixture, some European, some indigenous. It is what it is. That's reality. Fuck all the way off if you don't want to live in reality, because I'm not about to play games. I am about to say, no, I'm African only. No, I'm European only, or I'm indigenous only. That's foolery. It's foolery. I am what I am. That's all it is. Yeah. So Brandon was over there talking about subliminally speaking on Kala. That's what I picked up. Brandon was subliminally speaking on Kala. Brandon said, I can't, with his hands up in the air, not in the air, on the side of his head, like, I I can't stand this. These black Americans who hate themselves and want to act like we all hate ourselves. We don't all feel the same way you do, sir. Some of us are excelling out here, but you're trying to make it where we're not. And damn Skippy, he's correct. Dynas is thriving when it comes to his like African thing he doing, right? He's moving back and forth, all that kind of shit, constantly going over there doing tours and you know what I'm saying? All that. Then he just say he started a some type of computer lab in Africa, right? Then you have Brandon over there in Africa doing some stuff. You got Jonathan over there. He constantly goes over there and do some stuff, whatever. And you would never hear Jonathan. One thing I can say about him, he's not a negative thinker. He's optimistic. I can't deal with a negative thinker myself. Like, oh no, sweetheart. He's optimistic. Kala is not optimistic. He's a pessimistic thinker. Okay, before you can get shit started, he already saying it won't succeed. Period. You you don't want nobody like that on your team. No. Okay. So Brandon was basically saying that they have some people that's doing great, black American men, and not all of them are sitting around bitching and complaining and acting like things is so complicated. Hold on. Yeah, acting like things are so complicated and they can't get nothing going. He was just pretty much saying that's not the truth, because you in your position, you may not be excelling in any kinds of ways, but there's other black American men that are excelling. So you can't sit on your panel, and he was subliminally talking to Kala, and be talking about all black American people as if we are all in the same boat or on the same level. That's not reality, and that's not true. And that's based on every race, to be honest with you. Some are really doing well and excelling, and some are kind of stuck in a rut a little bit, maybe struggling with whatever. Same thing with black Americans, Kyla wants to say black Americans, but same thing, now you can't group all black Americans together and say, well, we this and that. Say the worst shit. That's what I don't like about him. He's misrepresenting black Americans. And that's what he does. And that shit is a fade to people like Dynast and Brandon and O'Shea and all of them that's actually making moves. Because Kala isn't making any moves. Kala is sitting on his panel of fucking fat, flabby flop. And yeah, I said it. Because he can call me all kind of uglies. He can be very mean and nasty to women. See, he'll tell you real fast that Chantel, she need to be tamed. You know what I'm saying? She pop off with her mouth. Okay, well, what about Mystic Dimes? Mystic ain't never popped off to you with the mouth, but yet you disrespect her. You subliminally talk about her weight. And she's beautiful as fuck, by the way. You subliminally shade her by talking about weight. Then you criticize her. You host panels to criticize her belief system. Basically saying she's going to Africa as a what they call it, a granny passport granny. Yeah, as though he don't go to Africa and do the grandpa granny shit, grandpa pass bro shit, whatever they call it, the foolery. Before Black hit the panel link, he didn't give her any respect either. Okay, so everybody is not in the same boat, and it's a fade. I think he's doing it on purpose. I truly do. I think he does that on purpose. Like he gets on his panel and spread pessimistic thoughts to people, and it's a sad thing. It's a fade on Black American men that's excelling and that's doing well. He don't congratulate him. When somebody congratulated Dynas on the panel for his computer lab he just opened in Africa, Kala expression was like, he got off that fucking panel real quick. He's a very jealous-hearted male. I didn't say man, I said male. He's a very jealous-hearted male. Does he have a right to be jealous? Not really. Not really. Because I think that whatever another person do, you can do too. If you want to be a doctor, you can be a doctor. Go sit your ass in school for 4 years. That's all. You're just going to have to dedicate 4 years of your time and another 4 for residency. You want to be a lawyer? Go sit your ass in law school. You can do it. You just got to commit to the program. If you want to be an engineer, commit to the program. Get in one of the engineering programs and commit to it. It's nothing complicated. Nothing. You would not believe some of the titles people spend on jobs, and the job ain't even that complicated, how they make the title sound. It's fucking elementary level. But they'll spend a title to make the job sound very elegant and fancy and like it's for somebody that's really intelligent. But it's something that a young person can do. You understand what I'm saying? So, again, it is a shame that Kala is fading his fellow Pan Africanists and his fellow Black American brothers by trying to clump everybody into one boat. Because they actually have some brothers out here that's excelling that he does not pinpoint and say, hey, my brothers out here, they're doing great. We got Brother Dynas, and we got all the Pan-Africanist people that you see on these different channels. It's a lot of them too, even females. They out and about doing what they do. They're making moves and taking steps. If I wanted to be a Pan-Africanist, I would have been in Africa by now somewhere. That's not something I would like to do. And I'm actually doing what I like to do. I really am doing what I like to do. So, yeah, it's I don't like that either. To shade the other Black Americans and Black American males that's making moves. You sit up there and shade them like that. But it's okay. It's okay, Brandon. You just got to ignore pessimistic minded people like Kala. He's a hater. They got haters of every race. What they call that? The crab in a bucket mentality. He's one of those type of people. He's a crab in the bucket. He don't want to see you get ahead. When I see somebody excel, I'm like, bravo. I'm going to be doing my thing soon because I'm working at it. That's how I see it. Why I got to hate on somebody? I don't got to hate on nobody. Nah, not at all. So anyways, I didn't want to be on here too long. I just wanted to give my little spiel. Did I say what I wanted to say? I think I said what I wanted to say about that creepy guy on the other panel who think he can control Miss Chantel's thoughts. That motherfucker creeps me out. He said, "We don't do that over here." Damn, Skippy, sir, I won't be coming back. Trust and believe, because what Chantel don't do is let a motherfucker think that he has control over me. That is some crazy shit. You're trying to control strange women that hit a panel, and he actually do control some of them. I'd just be listening like, really, sir? I could just go ahead, click on a channel, open it up, and babble my damn mouth too, like you doing. You're doing nothing special. It'll eventually pick up subs and all that, sir, like every other channel, because people look to be entertained and talk to each other. So the fucking link, long as you put it out there and keep it going, somebody and people will eventually start hitting the link, especially if you consistently live all the time at your scheduled time. Like Kala. People don't like Kala like that. A lot of people who hit his link is in disagreement with him, and that is both FBA and Africans. The majority of people that hit his link is in disagreement with him. Same thing with Afrodamus. A lot of people that go to his chat is FBA, and Afrodamus be talking crazy shit about FBA people. And they go hit the link and challenge him. Just like Kala, they hit the link and challenge him on some shit. And just like any other channel, they hit the link and they get to talking to each other about whatever. Because it's just a form of entertainment where people can connect with somebody online. That's all. It's nothing special. But no controlling me. That's crazy shit right there. You're not even my husband or anything. Like, come on now. Shit. I could see if you was... come on. Anyways, whoever the three people I see in the viewer section, thank you for tuning in. If you guys want to ever hit my link, it is at the top of the comment section. But I'm gonna wrap it up right here, and I'm gonna say that Kala has his panties in a bunch. He keeps flagging my channel, as you see my subtitle say, Kala flabby skin African worshiping ass. Keeps flagging my channel. He's putting in copyrights of with no videos. He's just trying to get that shit down. I heard him say that Chantel is a problem. She has to go. I'm like, whoa, hold on, sir. What, did you patent your channel name or something? Like, is this name only used by you? This isn't even your channel name. This channel name is called Colonation 2. Your channel name is called Colonation. It's a difference, sir. It's a big difference. Mine's is Colonation 2. Okay, and I am doing commentary on Colonation channel, which is your channel. Everybody have the right to do commentary on other people's channels. That's the YouTube sector. If you're interested in hearing people do commentary on different channels and different things, or even on news clips, there's a whole sector of that. He's upset, I think, because I'm doing commentary on his channel. What the fuck? Okay, there's a girl called a woman. She's called Rose Miller, and she's married to a white guy, fine as fuck white guy. She's married to him, and her channel has at least 7 people doing commentary on her channel. Okay? That's how it goes. That's how it goes. There's people doing commentary on a lot of different people's channel. He's offended by that. No, sir, Somebody really needs to explain to him how this go. Somebody can do commentary on my channel. This channel right here, where I'm talking shit about him, they can do a Colonation 3 and say, well, okay, so he's highly mistaken if he think I have no right at all to do commentary on his channel. I'm gonna have to add that to my channel, by the way. I think I'm gonna do Colonation 2 commentary. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. Colonation 2 commentary, and I'm gonna have to always put on my YouTube screen Colonation 2 commentary. That way I won't be flagged because they're gonna see that I'm doing commentary on him. Right? They said that. When they got back with me, they said, well, look, you need to make that known in your title what you're doing with this video. So I'm gonna do commentary in the video. I'm gonna add it to the description and to the name. That makes sense. Thank y'all for talking this out with me. And I want y'all to check out all the upcoming um, scheduled live streams I'm going to be doing. I've already set them up, and you guys can either type in Kala Nation, or I think you should type in Kala Genesis in the YouTube search bar, and you'll see a lot of my scheduled live streams that's coming up soon because I scheduled the live streams in advance. Okay, y'all check them out, and you can drop a comment or whatever in there if you want and say, I'm ready to see this one first, Miss Chantel. Do this topic first. Okay, but I'm getting sleepy. I'm gonna have to log off right now, and maybe I'll go live tomorrow. I'm not quite sure. We'll see how the schedule goes. But until then, have a good night. And thank you for tuning in. And don't be afraid to hit the link next time and come up and share whatever it is you want to share. All right? All right. Thank you for tuning in, and good nights. It's okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Never, never, never do it like that. That's my jam. Good night, y'all. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.